My name is Lisa Poushinsky, and I run the Kemptville Street Piano concert series way out in Kemptville, Eastern Ontario. What actually ended up happening was a secret art picnic, which is basically an art happening, and it took place in Anniversary Park, which is a beautiful underused waterfront area with forests. And the Jesse Green Band, who had been performing at the Street Piano series the day before, they were featured at our secret art picnic. We had a local community artist as well, Suzanne Larner, along with local writers, actors, visual artists, and musicians. Everything was emceed by local comedian Nick DiGaetano. The location of this secret event wasn't revealed until Jesse's show at the Street Piano the day before, because we wanted it to be something that had a bit of a cachet to it. Community members were invited to come to Anniversary Park, walk through the woods that had interactive installations, and then they come out into the park where they found musicians performing under trees and visual artists creating. There were facilitators, that was one of my roles, to help the audience interact with the musicians in their spontaneous improvisation. And the event was recorded, which will then be projected onto the walls of the municipal center. Basically, it was a lot of artists coming together, a lot of creatives to hang out in the woods and make stuff. Usually the Kemptville Street Piano only presents music-related events, so concerts and workshops. But I used to participate and help organize art happenings. It's a style of an event that features artists from different genres, and also the active participation of audience members. The idea of an art happening, part of it has to do with taking away the barriers between the performers and the audience. For this event, folks did the circuit. At one point, people who were writers got up to read what they were doing. Artists traded things with each other, and everybody got to influence the direction of where the music was going. So there really wasn't an audience. It was everybody doing it together. I had a warning that said that in the usual spirit of art happenings, this event is meant to operate in the gap between art and life, meaning that all attendees must actively participate in the creative process, whether or not you consider yourself an artist. So it was fair game. Anybody that was in Anniversary Park. Even though an art happening is improvisational by nature, it's important to have some structure. So the structure comes from your main 3 or 4 people who are helping you animate it. I knew I needed a sound engineer, and it made sense to have an MC, and then also to have a community artist. Once you've got your location figured out and your main artist, then you can figure out what your event is going to be. One of my favorite things that happened was there was sort of a spontaneous storytelling moment with a 4-year-old. The Jessies, I don't think either of them had ever been in a position where they were backing up a 4-year-old telling a monster story. Jesse Whiteley, the piano player, I wouldn't be surprised if it changes his trajectory. He loved working with kids.
The potion! The green slime! And a piano alive!
A piano alive? Oh.
And Jessie Green, who is an incredibly professional, fantastic blues guitarist and singer, she said to me that her favorite part was the way she was, completely relaxed. It was because she didn't have any music prepared, so she didn't have to worry about screwing anything up, right? Sometimes you can interact creatively with a person who isn't a professional, and they can give you an entire new way of thinking about something. There's a lot of good reasons why professionals don't do stuff like that. You know, one of them is fear of just connecting emotionally with others and having that happen in public, right? I mean, there's a reason why performers like being up on stage and then the audience is down here. I think that the slow touring mentality, it's about breaking down those barriers, and not every person in the audience is going to like that, and not every artist either. So the people I paid, which was the Jessies and then also Nick the MC, I realized in retrospect that I paid them to be vulnerable. I think that they got the most out of the experience, and I think I could say the same about the audience members who did get up. I think the more that they participated, the more they had to gain.